There we go, everybody. Vibes are pretty good after Mikko Rantanen gets the hat trick. The Avs win 6-3 in their first game in Finland. I didn't realize, so obviously I'm wearing a Mikko jersey. It really I didn't plan on wearing my Mikko jerseys for these games. It just kind of happened. If Val didn't get injured and if I didn't realize that, I shouldn't wear my Team North America McKinnon against the Islanders because of the orange, then this wouldn't have happened. So it's pretty cool. But I'm also wearing my I don't know how easy. I got my Mikko socks on, and then I got my my Mikko shirt on. So I think I gave him the power.
Yes, that had so much to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, me in Arizona impacted that game in Finland extremely heavily.
Mm-hmm. No, but it was just a good hockey game. Good, yeah, competitive.
It was good. I mean, obviously, let's touch on the elephant in the room. Obviously, the Avs did lose another 3-0 lead, but they also never trailed in this game. So not great. Mm-hmm. You don't love it, but you win the game. So
yeah.
And I think, I don't know, would you agree? I think the Avs were the better team today.
I would agree. I think once Columbus gets that tip play to go in after just the softest call ever.
Was it well, you say it's soft. Was it? Did he even touch him?
Cogliano? No. Wait, was that the Cogliano one?
That was a Cogliano trip. Yeah.
Yeah, it was completely phantom. Yeah, made up.
And this is the thing. Don't call based on a guy falling. Call it because you saw a trip.
We'll get to it. But so this call, Blue Jackets, they have one extra guy.
By the way, one second. I do want to touch. I got the cake. Now, you're not going to like this, but in Peter Ma's article, he said he did this food tour of Finland, and Mikko's sister said they really liked the carrot cake at this one place. So I went with carrot cake. So it was the most relevant thing I could do. I don't know. So
I'm sorry. Sorry for your taste buds in advance.
But it's really good.
Sorry. No, the pain.
All right, continue. Sorry.
Where was I? Oh yeah. So they get, they have one extra dude on the ice. It's a nothing play. It's not Laine's not even at the top of the circles when he lets this thing go, and Voracek just tips it straight down. It's a good play, but this gives Columbus just all this life, and it was after a penalty wasn't even committed. So it's basically just the hockey gods just shitting on the Avs. Nothing they can do on the goal and for them to be even in that situation. So unlucky. And then, Columbus gets all this life from it, and credit to the Avs for stopping the nosebleed.
Right.
As I like to put it.
I want to expand on that a little bit more later, because I think there's two things you can look at from this game. You could either be a pessimist to be like, well, they lost another 3-0 lead, or you can look at it the good way and be like, look, they lost a 3-0 lead, but we've seen championship teams. Guess what? It happens. But guess what championship teams do? They learn from their mistakes. What did the Avs do?
Play the game they're in, and
they learn from their mistakes. If you look at the underlyings, it's really, I don't know. 50-50. I'm not a fan of this. I don't know. I just don't think this is a very great tell of the game. I mean, at 5v5, it skews towards the Avs, which I think is pretty good. 10 high danger chances for the Blue Jackets.
I think that number is probably about right, but the Avs only being at 4.
Yeah, at 4.
So when high danger chances and scoring chances don't match up with expected goals, it's really hard to get a tell on what actually happened in the hockey game. So my eye test told me that it was pretty 50-50 the whole time.
Yeah, and so the most Columbus skewed period was the second. And
easily. That was
most
also
of
the penalty parade.
Right, and that's the other thing, is that was also the most dominating factor in that game was actually in that period was actually the officiating.
I normally don't like to get into this, but
it was ref show.
Have at it, Ed. Go get after it. I'll join in with you this time.
Because I usually say the same thing all the time. Like, look, they're not here to impact the game. Call what you see, whatever. My problem comes from this 30-second stretch where Nathan MacKinnon gets tripped on the power play.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to lie.
Should have been a 5-on-3.
Right.
Yeah.
I was pretty pissed because MacKinnon, I think he was tired. Like, when he was back checking on Nyquist, something weird was happening there because he did not put in full effort.
He looked exhausted. And then he makes a nice play.
Yeah, and he like gives him the softest shove ever.
Yeah.
And Nyquist just like, and he dies.
And
then guy, I don't know what he said. Full disclosure, I have no idea what he said.
Oh, dude, you can imagine with me.
I don't care unless he like said, yeah, I'm gonna kill your family, or he said a slur. You don't give him a penalty, because I witnessed in the playoffs Braden Shen lost his ever-loving mind at a penalty call. He legitimately threw a huge fucking hissy fit at the middle of the ice. He got nothing.
He gets that. So Nate gets the extra 2. After not even committing a single penalty, he has a double minor.
Yeah. So, and that's my problem. Look, unsportsmanlike is for when, like, you slam a puck at the board, you shoot a puck at somebody.
You bang your stick into the boards. Yeah.
Yeah. Dudes bitch at refs all the time. They say, they drop the F-bombs. Refs do it back. Guess what? It's a give and take. And
you watch Wes McCauley mic'd up video, it's the most hilarious thing. Yeah. They're just bitching at each other.
There's a bunch of videos from the bubble of guys mic'd up, and it's great. They're giving and taking, whatever. Like, you see Wes McCauley chirping Brad Marchand in the All-Star game. Chris Rooney needs to grow up.
Dude, today, I don't know what memo that guy got, but today Chris Rooney showed up to the rink and thought that it was all about Chris Rooney. This was his
either
time.
That or someone pissed at his Cheerios, because what the hell?
Dude, he woke up on the wrong side of bed. I mean,
I
don't blame him. I'm right with him there, man. This morning I got up, didn't get my beauty sleep. It wasn't the greatest.
I went to the gym at like 2:00 in the morning last night. I go to sleep at like 4 and wake up at 10:30 for this hockey game, and I'm like, I'm kind of tired, but you know what? The Avs hockey kind of got me through it until the second period, where it was
where you had to see Chris Rooney's face every 5 seconds because he was calling a penalty.
Yeah, and I don't think TJ Luxmore was.
He called
amazing.
One penalty.
Yeah,
TJ Luxmore called one penalty. It was soft, but like, I don't think TJ Luxmore is like horrible.
Yeah, he's not the worst. I give him shit sometimes because he looks like he's 4.
Yeah, he does. I don't think he's horrible.
Someone tagged me on Twitter and said I look older than him, and I don't know if you could tell. I don't look very old.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, dude, you look like a fucking 12-year-old. But TJ Luxmore looks like a 10-year-old. So you got that going for you.
Yeah. I mean, if you see me in person, I look a little bit older because of the tall, but.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like, look, this is supposed to be a fun event. And this is always the thing, is that you can tell when there's a bad ref, not just because of the penalties they call. But look at it was during one of the penalty kills. Eric Johnson is on the ice. The puck is completely loose. He's doing his weird little shimmy thing. I don't know what the hell that is. But he blows the whistle after 5 seconds and the puck's still loose. I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You can't just like, and that just felt like they were just lost. Like maybe they flew into Finland like last night.
Dude, I don't know what's up with that. He also missed, like, there were just blatant hand passes being missed,
Yeah.
especially at the end of the game. There were like 2 in sequential order, and
Yeah, did he think there's like different
nothing.
rules when they play in Finland or something? I'm not. And then
tough night.
I legitimately was worried for his safety. Not really worried, but I was. Well, whatever. I thought McKinnon was going to beat him after he got hooked at the end of the second period. Dude, he was irate. And I was like, Chris Rudy, you better watch your back, man.
Nate came out, though, out of that a different player than, he started the game as. He was a lot better after that sequence.
I wonder if someone like gave him a talk, or if he just, with McKinnon, you never know. He could either be yelling at himself in the bathroom.
I don't know, man. When he's trying to shove it up someone else's ass, it's like, all right, this is good, Nate. So
that's true, yeah.
It was just a lot better from him after that. So in
the
hindsight,
third period, I didn't think the reffing was bad. I mean, it was really just the second period.
It's when you get to that point where you're calling the 7th minor for the Blue Jackets, where it's just like, come on. Like, you wasted all this time calling Nathan McKinnon for whatever that was, and the Phantom Cogliano trip, and you get to the end of the game when there's actual penalties being committed, and it's so frustrating,
Yeah, and like, well, I want to touch on this really quick, and then we can start getting into more of the other parts of the game. What did you think about the Gavrikov interference penalty? Obviously, it's interference.
Dude, that was not a good hit.
Yeah, that seemed to me like he goes through the head when he doesn't need to.
After the hit.
And that's the thing. I don't know how tall Vladislav Gavrikov is. I can look it up.
He's a big boy. He's not the tallest, but he's thick.
He shouldn't be getting shoulder on head with Andrew Cogliano.
No, man. He extends up, which is my issue with the hit. Because Cogliano, in that position,
and
Cogliano probably should be getting blown up there, but not
he's reaching.
Head. You can't hit a guy in the head. You just can't. And for some reason, they only call interference.
Yeah. Obviously, Cogliano stayed out for the rest of the first period, but then he came back.
Yeah.
In the second. So that was good. It was just, it was weird reffing all around. I think Mark Rycroft's a funny guy, but when you know when he's defending a hit, that means it's probably illegal.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I really don't like Mark Rycroft in the booth. I miss Pete, man.
I think for a game in Finland, I don't think he's a great choice. He does not know how to pronounce names. Dude, I think he tried to pronounce Merzlikins' names like 7 different and then I think he just started calling him Elvis at one point.
Dude, even worse, Adam Foote in the intermission shows. That guy, I almost just said a dirty joke, but he is awful.
He sounds like he wants to die.
I was going to say drier. He's drier than something, but he
look, it was what he was saying was so right, and it was actually nice. What he was saying was right, but the way he said it made it sound like he would rather be anywhere else on the planet. Right now.
Yeah, dude. He looks so peeved to be in that room with in that studio with Katie. Yeah, it's like, dude, put some energy into this. What are we doing?
Right.
So,
I thought there'd be a little bit of banter of him with John Michael Lyles. Nope.
Nothing. And they were teammates for years.
Right. I was like, you played together.
Yeah. He's like, I like your wine cape, Johnny. He's like, hey, thanks. That's all we got.
So Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Johnny wasn't. I feel like Johnny will sometimes come in, but it was weird. It was also weird vibes because Mosier, you could tell Mosier was really, he toned it back. There were some Avs calls where he felt like he acted like he does when the other team usually scores.
It was But it was a regional broadcast. I actually disagree. I don't think it was like, to be honest with you, I don't pay attention to Mosier's calls that much.
That's fair.
Miss my Canes. My Canes for life.
No, I've updated my Twitter profile, so it's me with a picture.
But
So.
just in terms of voice, like I think Mosier's great for the radio just because of how much he talks.
Yeah.
And I think Connor would be better on TV because Connor.
I don't know.
I really think so.
I just don't know how that gimmick, his little gimmick thing that he does with like players' names and stuff. I don't know how that would play on TV. I feel like
I think it'd be great, dude.
The radio vibes, but
I think it'd be great, dude. Well, Mosier's he can't do it on TV because it's so over the top.
Right.
And so it just sounds awkward.
When
he's trying to tone it down.
I think McGahee would be fine, but I think Mosier and McNabb just have this good dynamic that I don't know. I just don't get the same vibes when McGahee's with McNabb.
Dude, Mike and Pete, those two played off each other.
They did.
It was just a beautiful thing to watch.
I mean, Mike Haynes was,
especially when Pete would call him Michael.
Michael.
Yeah, like they were just old pals commentating a game.
All right, well let's actually like get into this game a little bit here because we've took some serious tangents. Things got off to a really hot start in this game. Alex Newhook, beautiful feed to Logan O'Connor.
Pretty lucky.
Yeah, kind of lucky. He gets a nice tip to go his way. I don't know if you remember, but last year against Columbus, their first meeting, he scored the first goal in that game too.
Yeah.
So it's just a thing he does, I guess.
Just a Columbus killer.
Yep. He's really good in like these certain instances when he's at MSG, when he's on the PK, and when he plays against Columbus, the first game, first goal.
Yeah, it's like Sean Corrali magically being good when he plays the Avs.
Which obviously
you can't explain it. Yeah, he scored today too. Yeah, you just can't explain it.
So, yeah, and then it was just kind of like it was a good period for the Avs because it was just like this is what you want to see. They were just dominating at 5v5.
Yeah,
it
wasn't the most dangerous period,
right?
But they were drawing penalties. They were skating around the Blue Jackets. It was just a clinic, man.
They were getting some shots, and then they obviously we touched on the Cogliano penalty, and then the 3D second unit catches it. I thought the first unit was doing a really good job. They just didn't quite convert on their opportunities.
They settled for the McKinnon one-timer a lot on that first chance, but they kind of went away from that later, so it was good.
Right. Yeah, as the game went on. Compher gets his first of the season finally. This would be a theme.
He's got a few of those every year. That little tip.
Yeah, it's a really nice tip too. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's a shot. And Taves sees it. It's a shot that he puts outside and Compher pulls it back in with the tip.
Yeah.
Taves and McCarr like to do that a lot. They like to shoot for that a lot. And Compher does a really good job getting that goal. I thought that power play was pretty good. The Avs power play was an adventure. A lot of ups, a lot of downs.
I thought it was just good the whole night, man. I really liked it.
Yeah, you know what? I guess now that I mentioned it, I think it's pretty good. I'm looking. I can't have things in front of me because I look at these charts and then I just get
lost. There was one power play where they had a.
Yeah, it was like.
But it was like it wasn't even a full power play.
Yeah, it was like the one after the 4-on-4 or something.
Yeah, it was like a minute 30.
Of the second period ones. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like a minute 30, and they just couldn't get the zone really.
Yeah, they were just struggled to get set up.
But other than that one, man, I was good. It was good stuff.
It was pretty good. Yeah. Now that you mention it, they obviously did go 2 for 5 on the night, so that was pretty good. They did kill a penalty in that period. I thought their penalty kill was definitely hit or miss.
Dude, yeah. So they go 6 for 7 on the PK. Columbus only gets 1.
Right.
You'll take that any game. You get 7 minors. You only give up 1 power play goal.
Yeah.
Done deal. I'll take it every time.
It's in like 4 seconds on like.
Yeah. On like this nothing play. Yeah. And all the dangerous opportunities Columbus had on their power play were not goals. So
right. That's why you pay a goaltender.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the 4-minute ones, there was a few penalties where they were definitely like doing really well. The 4-minute ones were really up and down. Like I felt like it was just kind of like.
I really liked the kill on the double minors. Especially like the first one was even better than the second one, just because you draw that one at the end.
Yeah.
Another phantom call. Like seriously, that shouldn't have been called. Like it went both ways a little bit tonight. So
yeah, there was. Well, obviously, you have the Gavrikov one, and then you have the what's the other one?
They called this one. This one they called a hook or a slash, some hand infraction, and you see it, and it's like the tiniest little tap.
Oh, the Mikko one
to the stick. Yeah, the Mikko one. But I'm talking about this Columbus one, and then the Avs go back to the power play. So really good.
Or was it kill. Maybe it was Goudreau, I think.
Yeah. I don't even remember, man.
But yeah. The Avs were there were times where I was like, okay, you guys are doing nothing. You're just kind of standing. But they also had their good moments where they were like disrupting plays, getting pucks out.
There was this interesting PK thing going on. Columbus was overloading 3 guys really high in the zone.
Right.
And so the Avs kind of funneled out 3 guys high to match it and left the 2-on-1 below the goal line.
There was a point where I saw Kale and I was like, no.
Right. And it was like, no, that's not how you do this. Like
you have less
them dick
guys
around with it. Yeah. Let them dick around with it up high. But no, they sucked the Avs out, and then you leave Kale left Taves with a 2-on-1 that almost ended up being a goal. Right. So
yeah, there was
just some interesting things
where they hit the post in the first period where they hit the post and then like it went under Georgiev.
Yeah.
And then they just
Roslovic
just pushed like if even if the ref hadn't stopped that and like called it a goal, there's no way that should have stood.
No, it wouldn't have. No.
He doesn't even touch the puck once.
He doesn't go to he just is like pad, spear. Yeah. That's all he's thinking. That's not hockey.
But man. Obviously it doesn't matter because they didn't call it a goal.
Didn't even go in. I mean it did, but they blew it. So
yeah. Then we enter the second period. Mikko Rantanen is like, he has these like patented Mikko moves, and this one's starting to become one. I know it's not exactly the same, but he does this thing where he just goes around the crease and he just waits. And he makes the goalie do something stupid, and then he's like, okay, there's a goal.
Yeah. This is like a very niche like comparison, but remember Alex Tanguay at the end of his career with the Avs in the shootout where he would do that same thing.
Oh,
he would just wait the goalie out, and the goalie would be like flopping around, and he'd get to the goal line and be like, deposit. So same thing.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was super nice. Obviously that would not be Mikko's only goal tonight.
No.
Probably his best though.
That was a good one. I'm a sucker for those one-timers.
No, yeah, those one-timers, dude. And you see the players are like, I remember watching these like clips of like, I watched these game things from the recaps from like the Calgary series, and Nate scores this really nice snipe in game 3 to start off the scoring, and he's just kind of like, yeah, but then he scores this one-timer that isn't even very good. Like he puts it back into Mike Smith's body, but fortunately, since Mike Smith is coming the other way, it still goes in. But he's just pumped. There's just something so visceral about scoring or seeing a one-timer goal. It's just like the release of energy. It's just so nice, especially when Mikko does it, because he does it like Max sometimes just gets it through with like by pure force, you know?
Dude, he does not have a good one. I'm sorry.
So yeah, every so often he'll pull that one out of his ass like he had against Columbus.
It's like 2 or 3 times a year. Yeah.
Right.
And then, but dude, Mikko, if he did that twice as much as he does it right now, he would be a 50-goal scorer.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of, we touched on this before the season. He just needs to shoot the puck more.
Specifically those.
Yeah, that he often will like do that. He'll catch it and then he'll shoot it, and sometimes that works, but it's just not dangerous enough.
It's not an 100-mile-an-hour one-timer.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
As good of a wrist shot as Mikko has, it's just his one-timer is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use that more, man.
But yeah, and then obviously we touched on this Voracek goal that happens literally a minute later. So that was just kind of one of those ones where you're just kind of like, things kind of stayed pretty even up until Laine gets a goal on the delayed penalty.
Another phantom call.
Yeah, nothing I was going to say, I remember this one was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which one it was, though.
It was Cogliano again. It was just a phantom play.
That's how bad this call was. We don't even know what it was.
No, I don't even know what I saw it in the corner, and I saw him just playing the guy, and then whatever the guy, Chris Rooney's arm, he goes up. They showed a replay, and I was like, huh? They didn't show a replay because they scored.
Right.
So nobody cared. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Blue Jackets get another power play. This one's for too many men, I think. I think so. I don't know.
Yes.
This
yes, but the Avs had 5 guys on the ice.
Yeah, I never saw 6 guys. This was so confusing. Like I was thinking about tweeting out again. What are the rules? I don't understand. Nothing made sense.
I mean,
I didn't want to scream
on a normal night. I'd be like, yeah,
hadn't even woken up yet.
Right. Well, I mean, like on a normal night, I'd be like, we'll give the refs the benefit of the doubt. Too many men, you got to just trust that they made the right call. No way. Not in this game.
After that Nashville one, I never trust it.
That's fair. Yeah. But
never count on anything.
Dude, the Avs are making a change. The Avs are making a change. They've got 4 guys on. Another guy jumps on. Like, if anything, they didn't have enough guys on the ice. Right. From what I saw. So who knows what happened?
Bizarre. They kill that off, so it doesn't really matter. And then they immediately get a power play. That was the one that wasn't very good. Mm-hmm. They just couldn't get set up. And then Nate's double minor.
Whole fiasco, whatever.
Yeah, we touched on that. They just get another power play. Kind of nothing going into the third. Like I said, pretty much the only thing that really put this period in Columbus's direction was just the penalties. Like, I don't know. I just, at 5v5, I just didn't think that this was particularly...
There was no jam for either team at even, just with all the penalties in this period. I don't even think there were 10 minutes of 5v5 time in the period.
In the period? Probably not.
I'm going to check right now, but like seriously. Let's see here. 10:37.
Jeez,
and only 14 in the other 2 periods. So 38 minutes of 5v5. Those are the toughest hockey games to sit through, man.
Yeah, it's just kind of
38 minutes of 5v5. Man, even when it's like 43, 44, it's tough, but 38,
that's a
whole like 2/3 of the game.
That is a whole period.
Dude, a whole period of this game was played on a power play. Come on.
God. I really hope it's different refs tomorrow.
I hope Chris Rooney's arms fall off. How's that?
This game, I don't want to get too far ahead, but I don't know. This we'll touch on this later. I need to gather my thoughts a little bit better for this one, but Basically, it was just a pretty blah period. I was just getting annoyed because of the prospect of losing a 3-0 lead. I mean, let's touch on this. The Patrick Laine goal. I know it's 5-hole, and everybody's like, 5-hole. I don't think it's not a good goal for Georgiev to give up, but I'm not gonna like.
Yeah,
I
wasn't like
call it a softie. Like it's kind of
no. I mean, when it goes in, you're like, damn, really want to have that, but you're like, I can understand how you get beat there.
Right, especially when it's Patrick Laine.
He wasn't really close either, Georgiev, so it felt a little worse, but it's whatever, man. Yeah. Patrick Laine's got 2/3 of the ice to just walk down.
Right, he has nothing in his way, nothing to worry about. He's just like, let me just pick my spot.
Yeah.
And he saw 5-hole for whatever reason. I don't know. They didn't
wide open. So
yeah. That's kind of one of the bigger problems with having a goalie that like moves fast. You know, you have to get those legs far apart. Kind of. Yeah. With the taller goalies, it's actually
not with those little shuffles that he does.
Those little shuffles, yeah, sometimes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But anyway, so we get into the third period. Avs they had a shift that was pretty solid, and then they just collapse in their defensive zone, and Sean Corrali scores.
Yeah, that was some tough defense by Sam Girard.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets the puck,
falling onto his knees and praying that nothing bad happens.
He gets the puck. He's just got to whack it somewhere, anywhere, and you're fine. But he falls.
Right.
He eats shit, and then he has just a lovely view, honestly, of Sean Corrali burying a puck back bar.
Yeah, there was a lot of confusion about who scored this goal. Mm-hmm. I'm like, it was one guy that.
Yeah, it's because they gave it to. It's because the stadium, like the NHL, gave it to Foodie right away. Like Alan Roach announced Foodie's name.
By the way, can we talk about that? Alan Roach should never say Columbus Blue Jackets goal ever again. I don't want to hear it ever again. Anything other than Avalanche goal, whatever.
Or like Columbus goal scored by number.
Yeah, like that's my problem with these things. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, but this is their designated home game. Guess who also gets a home game here? The Blue Jackets.
Yeah. It felt that game. Obviously, it's in Finland. It felt like the bubble. It felt like watching the bubble hockey.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Or this. Well, did they play the? This was something I was annoyed.
They did play Columbus's goal horn and song. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just with the Stadium Series, did they play the Kings goal horn?
No.
Because I know. Okay.
Mm-mm. All right. It just felt like watching the bubble all over again.
Yeah. And it also didn't help. For some reason, the broadcast, I felt like the audience levels were really low.
They were really low. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was hearing all this stuff about, wow, this crowd's crazy. I'm like, I can't hear anything.
Right.
And then I see all these videos and they're actually going crazy. And I'm like, all right, well, sure. Great.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much they score that goal. Dryden Hunt, high sticking penalty. You got to call that one.
Yeah. But that's at the point where it's like so fucking annoying.
Right.
This is their 6th and 7th minors of the game.
And this is the problem with that, is that you call these penalties before, and now when there's an actual penalty, you have to call it.
You have to, yeah.
And I want to point this out really quick. So on the Corsi map, in this power play, it goes from in the positive in Colorado direction by like 2, all the way down to 12 in Columbus's direction.
Yeah, this is the one where I was like, thank you, Mr. Georgiev. Thank you.
Yeah, this one was really good from him for sure. This one really gave me a heart attack.
Yeah.
And this is also going to also skewed a lot of the numbers. So, if you're looking at the all strengths, Corsi and stuff, you're gonna.
Which is important for this game because 5v5 was only played for less than 2/3 of the game. So.
Right. But Patrick Laine gets caught with an offensive zone slash.
It wasn't a good call.
No, I know it wasn't, but the problem is they called it on Mikko earlier. So for the sake of consistency, you have to. I would have been mad if they didn't call it. If they hadn't called Mikko earlier, I would have no problem with it. But they called Mikko for it earlier.
It was,
and that's the big thing. No, I know, but
Mhm.
consistency is always the
Right.
thing that everybody cares
Consistency
about.
in made up shit.
Yeah, if you're gonna make shit up both ways.
Yeah.
At least both teams were
And
playing
good
with
for
balance.
them. That's what they did
Yep. Well, sometimes,
sometimes.
but yeah. And then like we touched on, Mikko gets his
Mhm.
second of the game.
It's
Beautiful.
so I will give Kale a little bit of credit here too. He is so good at faking the shot.
Yeah. No, his little pump fake he does,
Yeah,
really good.
he's really good at that. He didn't do as much of a pump fake here. It was just kind of like quick look at the net, slide it over to Mikko, and Elvis did a pretty good job. Mikko just
Yeah, it's just there's
beat
only
him.
so much you can do. Yeah.
Yeah,
He put it in a perfect spot too. Like
yeah.
you could tell Mikko could not have asked for a better one timer.
Thing was labeled, man.
It was. And I didn't cheer for the first 3 goals because like I said, my roommate was asleep, so I was kind of like, yes. But this one I like let out a loud clap and yelled moose.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll let Blake take it away. This is his time.
It's our
Let's
first
touch
cake
him.
snack, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful moment. The first
It
ever cake
was
snack the cake eaters get
just,
to cover.
and now I'll go back to Mikko. Awesome pass, like
Right.
that's the goods right there. And Kale just the little snapper,
Yeah.
far
And
post.
you could tell he was
Dude,
excited about
he
that one.
gives the double fist pump.
Right.
Hmm.
So this is the
Fuck yeah.
exact same thing he did against Vegas in his rookie year
Yeah.
when he finally scored. It's just those moments where he's just like, yes, finally.
Hmm.
And then you saw his
And
next shift.
then they were in a lot of trouble. Yeah.
Well, his next shift, he's like, I want another.
He comes
He's like, I got
barreling down, and then they get like this rebound chance, and you're like, oh boy, they just poked the bear.
right.
So
Yeah, you tweeted it out, Don Cherry.
Don
Yeah,
Cherry classic.
I would not be surprised if Kale rattles off a few goals in their next few games here. You could tell after that he was old Kale. He was zipping through the neutral zone with the puck, skating by guys, getting in the
He
zone.
was hitting dudes in his zone too the whole game.
Right.
He was vibing.
I thought this entire game was really good from Kale.
It's a
It's
camel
just
car game. Yeah.
after that goal, there was just a little bit touch of like
There was so much
bloodthirsty.
juice.
Yeah. It was something. He did get caught or at one point. It was I don't know if he got caught. It was kind of him because he got caught pinching, but also the forwards need to realize it's Cale Makar. You need to pay better attention and someone needs to come back. And then Devontae just kind of lets Patrick Laine stand there.
Yeah.
And he gets
I
a
didn't have an
breakaway.
issue. I didn't have an issue. Patrick Laine is just like I texted my friend. What it was like Patrick Laine is just like let me see here. He's like, "Okay guys, so I will not be participating in defense, but in case you do get the puck back, I will be out here for a breakaway."
Yeah, well, it's like, look, dude,
Yeah.
I don't do anything on defense anyways. I'm just gonna stay out of your way.
Yeah.
Just hit me up if you.
I'll be over here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just I'll if you want me to score a goal.
Yeah, and Georgiev stones him. Wasn't a really good move either.
No, it was pretty bad.
Yeah. I was like, why isn't he shooting? He's Patrick Laine. And
Yeah.
he tries to make this move like 2 feet
And
from the net, puts it into Georgiev's chest, and they're just like, all right.
yeah.
Thanks.
Georgiev's like,
Yeah. Thanks, Patrick.
that's Johnny Gaudreau, that's a goal because it always is with him.
Always. Yeah.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's usually only ever in overtime that that'll
True.
score.
Well, and he will never he's never like he's not the kind of player to be like, okay, I'm just gonna, chill out here while you guys play defense. So good luck, team.
Right. Yeah.
No, he's not one of those guys. Patrick Laine is definitely though. So
yeah. And then after that, I was kind of surprised. It was like the Avs just kind of controlled play. Like
nothing happened.
They parked the bus, but they were like also like cycling the puck a lot. So it was like a weird bus park.
That's ideally how you do it. You just have the puck.
That's the best way to park the bus.
Absolutely. So it was really good. And then Columbus wasn't particularly dangerous with the empty net
No,
at all.
yeah, they could not get set up to save their lives. I was
No.
really hoping Lehkonen would get the empty netter, but I'm happy that Mikko did. He wanted it.
Yeah, and
Nate also wanted him to get it.
Dude, if Nate misses that pass by any inch, by like anything, if that pass misses Mikko, it's a 4-on-2 the other way. The Avs are fucked. But it hits and Mikko scores.
Yeah, and that's
So
the other thing.
good.
Mikko's not even like in a dangerous area. He's on the top of the blue line.
Nate's just
he
like,
slaps it in.
Getting this puck to Mikko.
It's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So
my favorite part of this whole time was when they were doing the Mikko Rantanen chant, because I was like, yes,
they were chanting his name, dude. That was the cutest thing.
This is European hockey. This is why people love European hockey.
It's just it just gives you all the feels, man, when you see that when you see shit like that.
I was really happy for a second because I thought they were singing Derlanda, which is that if you check out our Twitter, I posted something about it.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know, it's like Mikko's like song or something. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I felt like the Finland vibes were pretty good for this game. Like there was a point where they were playing like Finnish music and like people were dancing in the crowd. That was
Finnish music. They did the wave, except it was like the backwards wave. Did you notice that? Where two sections would start it next to each other and it would go around and then come back and then around.
Yeah, we don't have the coordination for that.
No, they don't. It wasn't like all the way around like an American stadium. It was two around, back.
And it was like everybody doing it.
Everybody was into it. Yeah, you didn't get like those people that were just like, it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was the vibes. The vibes for this game were just perfect. Like
it was really good. Mm-hmm.
The NHL needs to play more games in Finland.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
I'm also a little mad because they showed the thing where there was like best Finnish, like trios or whatever. And, they showed Lehkonen and Rantanen. It was during the intermission. They should have included Annunen. His 1 point really could have boosted them.
Yeah, dude. His primary assist. Thank you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How many goalies have primary assists? Like, especially man. That have played like 5 games in the NHL.
I don't know, man. Ones that play with Cale Makar, I guess.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's get into our. I mean, disappointing. I don't know. I didn't really think there were any players that like were bad.
I've got 2 guys.
There were. I will say it just wasn't. There was something off about Bo and Byram tonight.
That's one of my guys. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I've got Bo and Sam Girard.
See, yeah. So in my article that I had to write before this, talking about this game a lot today. I put them down, and I was like, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Sam, but he also had that, I think he did really good on the power play. I thought. Obviously, Bo didn't get to do that because Devon is just not like passing. Just doesn't like passing to him.
When you're passing it to the point on a power play, it's the easiest pass to make on a power play. So, like, yes.
Right. But
kudos.
Maybe, and maybe I'm just getting like, because on that one Devontae on the comp for goal, he draws so many guys in.
But that's also what it's designed to do. But everybody apparently except Columbus has figured it out. So
yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how much that is Sam Girard and as much as Columbus just being like, oh, okay, let's follow this guy.
Oh, this guy's really a dangerous shooting threat. Yeah.
Yeah, someone in the Discord was like, well, he could shoot it from there, and I was like, can he? He's Sam Girard.
Have you seen him do it one time ever?
It was We almost got the annexation of Puerto Rico again, but instead of it being designed to score goals, it was designed to kill a guy. Did you, when the guy blocked it?
Oh, Jack Roslovic.
Yeah.
His poor ankle there, man.
Yeah, dude, Devon got a hold of that one.
You see Devon, like when they play national games and TNT has that, the radar gun for shots.
Yeah.
Devon Taves consistently is at like 98 on that thing. Yeah. So
he rocks it.
Yeah. Makar hit like 101 on one of them last year, where I was like,
Oh yeah, right. I think I
okay,
remember that
yeah,
one.
but yeah,
Yeah.
ow.
Yeah, so I
Montage being
definitely
the
agree.
hardest shot
Those
to
two
contest.
weren't great. One thing I do want to say, um, McDonald isn't a forward. If you're gonna don't
The thing with him is like,
don't play him to play 3 minutes a night.
right, exactly. Like, why?
Like,
Why? Just go 11-7 at this point, man. Like,
dude,
stop.
if
Cut
you
it.
you want to get a guy to play 4 minutes a night, get Sampo Ranta. At least he's like coming home.
Ooh, no thanks.
He could take four
But
minutes a night.
honestly, yeah, 4 minutes, but it's not helping him. I'd rather help him.
I know, but vibes,
Yeah, but it was 3:23, I believe,
He
maybe
was
even
not on
less.
the ice for a single Corsi event for 2
But
against.
I didn't even think he was like that noticeably terrible. He just
No,
apparently
he's not bad. I just don't think he just doesn't work as a forward for some reason.
Bednar is just like this. Just doesn't trust him as a forward. I don't get it, man.
It's super weird. Yeah.
And same thing with Maltsev. I actually thought Mikhail Maltsev was
Oh,
really
Mikhail
good.
Maltsev was really good, and he only
Hmm.
played 5 minutes. I don't know, something went through Jared Bednar's head in the first intermission where he was like, "We're never going to play the same line twice in a row.
No,
Everything needs to be different all the
never.
time."
Right. It was a challenge.
It was, yeah, he's doing side quests.
Yeah, he's got his little ulterior motives. But yeah, Dryden Hunt second line, that was something. Dryden Hunt played about as much as Martin Kaut, which is good. Almost 10 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, Kaut led the team in Corsi for percentage. 11 Corsi events 4-3
Yeah,
against.
and
He was really good tonight.
the dude
There,
can kill penalties, man. That
yeah,
is
that one
huge.
play he had against Line on the
Yeah,
boards, especially
that
considering how
well,
tired he was, dude,
dude,
that was
that
like
and
hell yeah.
just his work on that whole kill. There were lots of like smaller, less noticeable plays that were just really good. Like
Yeah. He closes off
like
passing lanes
the
really well.
communication on the change he had, where I think Erod, he was with Erod, and Erod was dead tired, and Kaut was like, "Okay, you go off. I'll get this guy." He forces the puck. He forces
'Cause,
Columbus to
dude,
regroup again. It's just good
he's
hockey.
so smart. He is so smart.
Hmm.
He's such a smart hockey player.
So,
But and he
dude,
actually and
you've
he
got a
had
penalty
like
killer there,
right. Like there was a point where I was like, I don't know, there's some Cagliari was just giving me the shakies at one point tonight. I was like, I think he might still be a little bit rattled. Maybe work Martin Count in there a little bit more. Give the old man a
which they
break.
did. To their credit, they did.
Yeah, and not only that, he almost scored a goal.
Hit the post, just
Yeah,
driving the net. Good hockey.
this
Hit the
was
posts. That sucks, but he stuck with it.
it was a really encouraging game from Martin Count in terms of not only ice time but like his actual play. You
Ice
can
time
see
and
it.
usage, dude. If he's
Right.
getting 2 minutes of PK time a night, and Jared Bednar is like comfy with him as a PK guy, like that is good stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, let's get into our 3 stars.
we'll go Mikko 1. Duh.
Yeah. Yeah. Mikko's a slam dunk one.
Yeah. I'll go at the 2. I'll go Georgiev.
Yeah, that's where I would go.
I think it was a super underrated game from him. Like
Yeah, it
you see the
was
3 goals, but man, Columbus should have had
only one of them at 5v5. Again.
Columbus should have had more.
Oh yeah.
If it weren't for him, he made some really good.
Well, and I know that one save was like a little bit like of a slow shot, but that's still like we've seen those goals
Reaching
go
back
in.
with the paddle. It's a really good save.
It also created a really good picture.
Yeah, that's a good one. You should make that the thumbnail if it's on Getty, but
we'll see.
So yeah, good stuff from Georgiev. And then at my 3, I'll just go Nate, the casual 4 assist.
Yeah, see, I thought Nate was good. I gave it to Kale. I just liked he was doing a really good job defensively breaking up plays.
Yeah. I'll
So
give it
I
to Nate
just
/ Kale. They're tied.
yeah, the max.
No, I won't give Kale a Mac.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I know it's a little weird, but I want to give. I thought Comfer.
I liked Comfer. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Comfer was pretty good tonight. I thought Newhook had a pretty solid game. I don't know. He was
Newhook was really good. How much did he play? Let me see.
At all.
I'd imagine it was lower just because of all the special teams. 12-10.
He played 12, yeah.
Not enough, but at least Cogliano's down at 12-40, and Kaut and Hunt are up at 9-10. So.
Right. Still needs to be a little bit more balancing. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, this game was a little bit different with all the, like we said, all the special teams work.
Right. I'm totally fine with Makar at 26, Taves at 23, Erod at 22 is a choice. Lekanen at 21 again, but Nate and Mikko 18, Comfort 20. Like it's better.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll look at Columbus's, but I would imagine that the Avs will have a bit of an advantage tomorrow.
Yeah, their first line was on the ice a lot.
Yeah. Like Johnny Gaudreau at 24, Patrick Laine at 23, Razzlevic 22.
Yeah, we'll see. That was the other thing I really wanted to just touch on really quick. Tomorrow's game. I mean, we'll see. I hope it's not. I definitely need to tone back on the penalty calls, unless obviously, both teams are tired. Maybe they take a lot of penalties, in which case, so be it. I don't like I said. I don't think the Avs played amazing. I don't think they played horrible. I think they played a good game. Like it was good. I would really like to see them just play. Like obviously it's a second night of a back-to-back, so it's going to be a little different. But I just like to see them like not have any of these like lulls in the middle of the game. Like I know, it just seems to be a theme so far. They're just not stringing together like consistent periods. It feels like in these games, like the ice is tilted. So like the first and the third period are always pretty good, and then the second period just kind of not very good.
Right.
They need to figure
out. It's a really good thing that they play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because you saw it at the end of the game. Cale Makar, vibes. Mikko Rantanen, still vibes. Nate, vibes.
Well, Lekanen was fighting the puck at the beginning, but then he started to get his game going. So hopefully he can get one tomorrow. It's his turn for the hat trick.
Yes, it's his turn. I haven't posted a good stick Lecky picture on our Twitter account since opening night. And, that's
unforgivable.
Yeah. So.
I'd like to see just a little bit more of a consistent effort from them tomorrow. So we'll see. But like we said, good game. Hopefully Frankie can finally get his first win. Also, I'm tweeting this game. We need the dam needs to break. All right.
The damneth has to break it.
Yep. There you go. Perfect. And what better time than tomorrow? Please. I'm so tired.
I broke out the Shakespearean English to, for the good juju. Yeah.
Smart.
Hopefully it'll be 1-4-0.
I am tired of tweeting about losses. Please. Also, Frankie doesn't deserve to lose this many games.
It's karmic justice.
Karma doesn't exist. Evander Kane is still in this.
Yes, it does. Taylor Swift said it does, so it does.
Where's this karma for Jordan Binnington?
Jordan Binnington's karma is that his team sucks.
Okay, well that's fair. His karma is that he's bad.
Yeah.
That's good karma.
His karma is that his team is in a rut and he's a big part of it. So
yeah, another nonsense thing that happened last night.
Such a diva.
Yeah.
I love Dario in Denver's tweets. He just calls him piss baby. That's what he calls
piss
him.
Baby.
Yeah.
I think I started calling people piss baby because of Dario.
Yeah. So every time he does that stupid little thing he does, Dario's just
hey,
like,
give
oh,
him
piss
credit.
baby's back at it again.
At least he actually touched a guy this time.
You touched him, dude. Can you believe that?
God.
And Sorokin was like, I own you, and skated by him. Yeah.
Sorokin probably like, she's like, okay.
Yeah. Dude, Sorokin's never seen anything like that.
Why does he never do this when he's good? Like, why does Binnington, like, he's always cocky when he's losing.
Yeah.
Like, pick it, like, whatever. We could go on a lot about Jordan Binnington. We'll make a new podcast called Jordan Binnington Sucks.
We could definitely make like 10 episodes.
We could make it like easy. A series. We call it the Piss Baby Podcast.
The Piss Baby Podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Mm-hmm. But all right, that'll do it for us. Fun early game. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I don't have a finish to speak to you this time, so.
Bust down, roll the Avalanche. How's that?
Perfect. Bust down, roll the Avalanche, indeed.
5-4-1.